a hiss of flame, the sharp scent of gas, and long shadows stretching across cobbled streets. This is why Victorians feared the gas lamp at night. In an age of progress, the glow that promised safety also carried danger, rumor, and forgotten fears. Subscribe and tap the bell to uncover more hidden history. Tonight, step into the dim streets of Victorian London and discover why the gas lamp filled people with unease. The street is quiet, yet not silent. Hooves clatter faintly on cobblestones. The distant hiss of steam from a factory chimney hangs in the damp air. A pale fog curls through narrow alleys, lit in patches by the flicker of gas lamps. Their light shimmers yellow against wet stone, glowing like ghostly orbs in the mist. The hiss of escaping gas mixes with the smell of coal smoke, sewage, and iron dot. This was Victorian London after dark. And this is why Victorians feared the gas lamp at night. If you're enjoying this journey into forgotten lives, don't forget to subscribe for more untold histories, strange traditions, brutal conditions, and the hidden rhythms of daily life long ago. Gaslighting first appeared in London streets in the early 1800s. By mid-century, hundreds of miles of pipes crisscrossed beneath the city, carrying coal gas into lamps that lined thoroughfares and squares. For many, the lamps were a marvel, brighter than candles, steadier than oil. They illuminated shop windows, extended working hours, and gave streets a strange, industrial glow. But the same light that revealed also unsettled. Shadows seemed sharper, more sinister. The flickering yellow glow cast alleys in half-darkness, where thieves and watchers could vanish in the fog. Was it light, or was it something closer to illusion? One reason for fear was the gas itself. Manufactured from coal, it carried a pungent smell: tar, sulfur, ammonia. Leaks were common. People whispered of explosions in homes, of lamps bursting suddenly in the street. A forgotten daily tradition emerged: householders sniffing pipes, covering gaps with soap, and watching for bubbles that betrayed invisible danger. And there was the invisible threat: poisoning. Coal gas contained carbon monoxide. Breathing it in could cause dizziness, nausea, or even death. Accidents were not rare. A family asleep might never wake, overcome by a leaking pipe. Night watchmen patrolled streets. But what comfort was that against an odorless killer in the dark? But what about those who lived in crowded tenements, where dozens of lamps and heaters burned in cramped rooms? Gaslight also unsettled, because it changed how the night looked. Unlike the warm glow of candles or hearths, gas lamps burned with a harsh, yellow glare. Victorians complained it distorted faces, making them appear sickly, even corpse-like. Writers described gaslight as ghastly, unflattering, and unnatural. Shops bathed in gaslight glittered unnervingly, their displays gleaming long after sunset. Theaters glowed with strange brilliance, audiences illuminated as brightly as the stage. For the first time in history, darkness itself was being conquered, and not everyone welcomed it. The psychological unease deepened. Darkness had once meant privacy. The village candle could be snuffed out at will. But in the gaslit city, night was no longer safe to hide in. Streets filled with light encouraged later hours, drawing crowds, and with them, crime. Shadows cast by gaslight seemed alive, flickering against walls and moving with the fog. How many must have wondered, was that just smoke, or someone lurking beyond sight? Picture a Victorian street swallowed in fog. Gas lamps burned dimly, their light haloed in yellow mist. Shadows stretch unnaturally along brick walls. A woman hurries by, her steps echoing. Convinced eyes are watching from the half-dark. The gas lamp glows, but the fear of what hides just beyond its circle never fades, never fades. There were also forgotten superstitions. Many feared that sleeping in gaslit rooms drained vitality, causing headaches, eye strain, even madness. Doctors debated whether constant exposure to gas fumes weakened the lungs. The glow itself, some argued, disturbed natural rhythms, robbing people of true rest. Strange traditions arose, leaving windows cracked even in winter, or avoiding lamps in bedrooms altogether. And then there were the explosions. Newspapers reported houses leveled by leaking mains, whole streets shaken by bursts beneath the pavement. Victorians lived with the knowledge that beneath their feet ran miles of pressurized pipes, invisible veins carrying both light and danger. How must it have felt, walking home at night, hearing the hiss of gas beneath the street? Beyond danger, gas lamps transformed social life. Streets once silent after dusk now bustled late into the night. Workers stayed longer at factories. Taverns stayed open later. Entertainment flourished, music halls, theaters, even shopping after dark. But the longer the night stretched, the more anxieties grew. Was civilization advancing, or had people lost the natural order of day and night? The new light revealed things Victorians might have preferred hidden. Poverty in alleys, grime on walls, the faces of the sick. The lamp's harsh glow exposed the city as it was, not softened by the forgiving dimness of candlelight. Writers captured the unease. Charles Dickens described gaslit fog as eerie, suffocating, and strange. Artists painted London streets shimmering in unnatural halos. Poets warned of poisoned breath and lamps that burned the night to ash. Even progress carried its shadows, and the fear was not only urban. In country houses, gas was piped into chandeliers and wall brackets. Guests at dinner sometimes found themselves coughing at the fumes or staring uneasily at flickering jets overhead. The hiss of gas in an enclosed room was unsettling, a sound both modern and menacing. Imagine sitting in a Victorian parlor. The curtains drawn, the gas lamp hisses softly above, filling the room with a harsh yellow glow. The air feels heavy, the smell faintly chemical. Shadows leap against wallpaper patterns. Conversation falters. Everyone is thinking the same thing. Is the gas safe tonight? Gaslight shaped Victorian daily life in profound ways. It lengthened work, changed sleep, altered how people saw themselves and each other. It brought progress, but also fear of poison, explosion, distortion, and the unknown, even as electricity replaced gas at the end of the century. The memory of that flickering yellow glow lingered. To some, it symbolized progress. To others, danger. But all remembered its hiss in the silence of night. Listen again. The fog curls against lamplight. A hiss escapes from the pipe, and footsteps echo into the darkness. This is the enduring story of why Victorians feared the gas lamp at night. And so, the question lingers. Would we endure as they once did, without comfort? Walking foggy streets lit by smoke, shadow, and uneasy flame.